Hello, everyone. How are you? I wanted to check in on your no buy year. How are things going so far? I wanted to let you know how things are going for me this time of year into the no buy. I know it's been a minute since I talked about the 5 things I'm no longer buying this year. And I want to know how it's going. We're already in April. It's the first quarter has already wrapped up, and I must say that as far as my buying is concerned, as far as buying personally for me, I was buying for someone else, and it's a surprise that I will share within the next several months or so that'll be relevant to decluttering and to this channel. But yeah, my goodness, I have to be honest that it's been challenging, but not too bad. I know I have been challenged with a couple of temptations. For one, it's summer. And two, I love sandals. So I'm looking at my shoe collection now, and I've got like a pair. I have almost 4 pair of sandals. I shouldn't say almost. I have 4 pair of sandals. So I had 5 at first last year, and they were a pair of Teva sandals. They were black sandals, comfort, sporty. I wore them everywhere for like 3 or 4 years. And finally, in the soles, they decided to deteriorate. And when you're walking a lot, those soles will no longer, they will wear out. They will wear out. So I said, maybe this year I could go ahead on and get a pair of brown ones to match my skin tone. And I saw a pair that were cute. They were $69. And I said, no. I already have 4 pair here. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead on and wash these pair of they're pink, not flesh tone, but they're pink old sandals that I had. They were a little dirty. I only wore them on occasion. I wore them mostly in the rain, but they feel like jelly and they're so comfortable. I said, no, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make this work with the outfits that I already have. They're like a flesh pink color. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Hold on just one second. Let me see. And I'm back. Okay, let's see where the camera is. So there's these peach color type sandals. So I washed them and I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear these, and I'm gonna, of course, mix them and have them to coordinate with my outfits easily. Because I had a podcast episode where I talked about how ChatGPT helped me to coordinate my outfits, and I'm going to coordinate my outfits with these sandals and make it work so it'll mesh into my no buy year. But but I know also I was tempted with buying a suitcase. I already have a standard size, like not standard, but a mini size suitcase already, and I said, well, I need a real little one. The kind that can fit right under, like a carry-on. It can fit right under that other airline seat, that seat on the airplane. Put it under that seat. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is looking to see what can I buy. No. So instead, I just said, you know what? Whatever will fit in this handy dandy backpack here that I already owned and have owned for years. It was a work backpack, a commuter backpack. Now it's my clothing backpack. So if I happen to spend the day or spend the night somewhere, I can use this if I don't want to use my suitcase that I already have. And I would tell you, it was tempting for me not to go to go to the store and get the real petite suitcases that could just fit under a seat. But I said, no. So that has really kept me grounded, and just as a check-in for me, because like I say, I've had a surprise and I've had to spend some money on something else. But as far as me, I have not spent any money buying clothes and shoes. I'll wear what's in my closet. And I'm still buying like my shakes and stuff. My shakes, my malts, because I love ice cream. So the weather today, it's 75 degrees and I've already been outside and it was close to 80 yesterday. So I definitely have been having a good time out here walking in nature and just having my good old Portillo shake, vanilla, chocolate, all of that. If you're in the Chicago area, you will know what Portillo's is. It's a burger and shake place, and their shakes are some of my favorites. So I get that. But yeah, that is what I have been into, and that is how my no buy challenge has been so far this year. And I am looking forward to not spending a whole lot this summer as well, as far as things are concerned, and clothes and shoes and other stuff. But yeah, I've been stopping myself and been reminding myself of what's really important and what my goal is in this no buy challenge for this year. So, but I want to know how you're doing. How are you doing with your no buy year? If you're doing a no buy year, or if you're doing like, here are the 5 things I'm not buying this year, because there are no fast rules to this. It's just all in the matter of distinguishing between what you really want, what you really need, and what makes you feel good as far as in relation to meeting your goals. So that's where I am with things. I'm holding on. I'm being strong, and to that. So I am hoping that to hear what you have in store for the next quarter, and I'm gonna keep updating you every quarter on my no buy challenge this year, because I know it's a lot that has happened in the world and in the United States and everywhere, and this is no better time than now to declutter. And I would really say also to get together in community with others. If there is something that you need, I would definitely see if you can bulk spend. For example, if you have a membership somewhere, or even if you don't, if you have like things like certain basic needs that you can bulk spend on, whether it's toilet tissue, paper towel. We all know what was going on during that whole phenomenon that we all went through at one time. But I would say definitely, if you're doing a no buy challenge, especially, see who you can get into community with, whether that's friends or family members, and see what you guys can purchase bulk on, and split to decrease the prices. But I'll talk more about that later. But I just wanted to share that and a couple of the temptations that have been in my way within these past couple of months or so. But thank you so much for listening. By the way, my name is Daria. I host a monthly podcast called Declutter Empress Radio that can be heard on Apple and Spotify. Tune in to those podcasts, pick up some tips, and make a comment. Let me know what you're thinking and how you're decluttering, and like I say, how you're doing in your no buy year. So until the next video, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you like this video, feel free to like and share it with anyone who would find value in it. And feel free to drop a comment, and so we can stay in touch with one another. All right. Until the next video, I will talk with you later. Bye for now.